Hey guys, what's going on? It's Alex here with my Week 17 predictions. This is the last one of the season. Oh my goodness, we're already at the end of the regular season. This is crazy. Season went by so fast. So today, we've got a lot of playoff implications on the line. And NFC East still has 3 teams eligible. Um, AFC has 5 teams who are at either 10-5 or 5 teams that are 10-5 that only 4 of them can make, or only 3 of them can make it. So all the pressure is on the AFC right now. So I think we're gonna have some really great spoilers this week. And we're gonna have some really great matchups because everybody's playing for a spot, or not everybody, but a lot of people are playing for a spot. So anyways, let's just hop right into this. Last week was rough. I went 8-8. That still keeps my record at 147, 78, and 1. So not too shabby if I do say so myself. Let's see if we can break 160. Let's see here. All right, so first up, we've got Atlanta traveling to Tampa Bay. This one's a pretty easy pick for me. I think the Tampa Bay offense is going to be coming out in full force. I think Tampa Bay is going to overrun Atlanta and hold on to that 11-5 record. I believe they're the number 2 seed in the NFC, either number 2 or number 3. I think they're going to hold on to it. Next up, I'm going to try to get through these pretty quick. Next up, we got the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. This one, I'm taking New York. For the sole reason, New York wants that spot. They want to get into the playoffs at 6-10. I think they're going to want it more than Dallas. Now, don't get me wrong, Dallas is full of talent, but New York is New York. They seem to be really good in Week 17, especially when playoffs are on the line. So I'm going to pick New York here. All right, next we got the Jets and the Patriots. Jets have won 2 straight. They're not going to win 3 straight. New England, I think. See, this is a tough one because I would say New England is a decent team, but the Jets' 2 wins came from the Rams and the Browns, both teams that are going to be playing for playoff spots today. So, yeah, that's a tough choice. Not really, but I think New England's going to be ready for it. I don't think Bill Belichick's going to lose to the Jets. He came close early in the season, but I think he's ironed out some of the things that made that game so close. I think the Patriots go 7-9, which I don't remember if I said it in the first game, but I said Patriots would go either 7-9 and 8-8. So take that. All right, now we've got Minnesota traveling to Detroit. This one could go either way. I mean, you can see the record 6-9, 5-10. Both teams are going to be pretty evenly matched, but I think Dalvin Cook is out. Shoot, that's right. Yeah, we've got a lot of people out this week because it is Week 17. I think this one's going to be close, but I think Minnesota's going to pull ahead. I believe Kirk Cousins, Adam Thielen, and Justin Jefferson are still playing this week. I don't think Dalvin Cook is. But if that's the case, the Alexander Madison, that's the backup. Alexander Madison's still a great running back, so I think they're going to have a huge offensive day in Detroit. I don't think Detroit's ready to hold up against that. Detroit really needs to find some things in the draft and free agency if they want to be competitive again. So yeah, I'm taking the Vikings. Next up, we've got the Steelers traveling to Cleveland. This one, I'm going to take the Browns. Sure, they just lost to the Jets, but the Steelers are without Ben Roethlisberger, so that puts Mason Rudolph there. And the Browns decimated Mason Rudolph last time, especially Myles Garrett. They're without Chris Boswell, so they've got a backup kicker. And I believe Deontay Johnson. He had some illness worries on Friday. So if he's not back, that's going to really hurt Mason Rudolph's chances to complete passes. Cleveland is going to be playing with some fire under their ass. This is the first time they have a chance to make the playoffs in a long time. So I think Cleveland is going to come out full force, come out swinging right from the gate. And I think they're going to pull off the win against division rivals Pittsburgh. Now we've got the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. This one is always a fun matchup in Week 17 because the last 2 times these teams have met in Week 17 with playoffs on the line, Cincinnati won them both, 2013 and 2017. And I think Cincinnati is the best spoiler you can ask for. I think the Ravens missed the playoffs this week. I'm taking Cincinnati. Yeah, that's right. Brandon Allen just had a crazy game last week, threw for 370 yards, or was it 320 yards? 320 yards and 3 touchdowns, I think. Um, Cincinnati looked like they finally got things figured out. The defense actually stepped up and did something. Sure, they let Deshaun Watson have a great game, but I think Deshaun Watson's the better quarterback than Lamar Jackson here. There, I said it. The Ravens had a good run this year, but it all stops in Cincinnati. This one, I don't have a lot of faith in this pick, but hey, I gotta go with it. Cincinnati over Baltimore. Now we've got an exciting matchup. The Dolphins take on the Bills. I'm going to have to go with the Bills here because the Bills aren't resting many starters. I don't know why they wouldn't rest starters, but they have a chance to keep a division team out of the playoffs if they can win today. Now, the Dolphins have a pretty easy path into the playoffs, and with the picks that I've already made, they should be in because they either need to win or Cleveland lose, Baltimore lose, Colts lose, or Titans lose. So they've got 4 paths into the playoffs here. It's going to be tough. Yeah, it's going to be tough for them to miss the playoffs. I think the Bills are going to go all out. I think they're going to try to keep the Dolphins out of the playoffs because the Dolphins are that dark horse team. The team that nobody expected to do well this year. They're right up there with the big names in the AFC. And personally, I'm rooting for them. Dolphins fans deserve to win for once. Now, if only Cincinnati could get there. But yeah, I think the Bills are going to overrun the Dolphins defense. And the Bills defense is going to hold strong. Now we got the Seahawks and the Niners. Another easy pick for me. I've got to go with Seattle. The 49ers have shocked the NFC West a couple times this year, but I don't think they're going to do it this week. Seattle is right in there in the running for the number 2 seed. Obviously, that's the one you want because that means you're playing the number 7 seed in your first game. Ideally, you want the first seed, but they're not getting that. Well, they can. They're playing for that first seed because if they win and Green Bay loses, I believe that they get it. So I think Russell Wilson's going to come out and have a great game against this depleted 49ers defense. The 49ers offense, I think, is going to have some trouble getting started. But once they get going, I think they'll heat up. I think this will be a high-scoring game, but I think Seattle's going to pull away with it. Now we got Arizona and the Rams. This one's going to be a good one to watch. It's more playoffs on the line. I don't think the Cardinals have a shot in yet, but the Rams do. If the Rams win, I believe they're in at the number 5 seed. I don't keep up with the NFC very good. But yeah, I think the Rams are going to come out and play lights-out football. The Cardinals have been struggling as of late. I think the Rams are going to find their tempo, or they're going to keep the tempo up, and they're going to have a great game. Jared Goff's going to have a stellar passing game. I think the Cardinals' defense is struggling. And with all the weapons on that LA Rams offense, it's going to be hard to stop them. And Aaron Donald on that front line is going to give Kyler Murray some trouble. So I'm going to have to take the Rams here. Now we got the Jags and the Colts. The week 1 matchup. This time I got to go with the Colts. I think the game went the Jags' way before because Phillip Rivers was just getting into a new system. He's been with the Chargers for the entirety of his career up until this point. But now that he's comfortable behind that line, the Colts have heated up in a huge way. I think the Colts are going to really just dominate Jacksonville. And it's in Indianapolis. Lucas Oil Stadium's a really hard place to win when the team is hot. And yeah, I think the Colts are going to go to the playoffs this year and take down the Jags to get there. Now we got another division matchup, Titans and Texans. Titans need a win to go to the playoffs. Texans already eliminated. Ideally, for the Texans, you want to get another win, move the Dolphins back in the draft. Because right now, the Dolphins are looking to be the first team in many, many years to win a top 5 draft pick and go to the playoffs in the same year. So this time, I'm going to have to take the Titans. I don't know how many people are sitting for the Titans, but I don't think it's going to be enough for the Texans to stay competitive. I think the Titans really have something going right now, and this is a pretty solid second year for the Titans after the Cinderella run they had last year. I'm rooting for the Titans as well. It's time to see the Titans. What? Time to see the Titans do some good. I don't think the Texans are going to be able to keep up with that at all. Now we got the Raiders and the Broncos. Las Vegas. You had a rough time. They started off great, beat the Chiefs once, and then dropped off the face of the planet. I think they bounced back this week solely because they're playing the Broncos. The Broncos are really struggling this year, and I'm not sure why, but I think the Raiders are going to be able to find their mojo, get back, and at least finish the season with a 500 record. Yeah, I don't think the Broncos are ready. I think what's his face? Derek Carr is going to have a good game. Darren Waller also having a great season. Could be the future tight end to watch. But yeah, it should be a good offensive game. Now we got the Chargers and the Chiefs. We got another upset coming. I think the Chargers beat the Chiefs here because the Chiefs are resting Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, I believe Sammy Watkins, Travis Kelce, and a couple, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and I believe a couple other starters as well. They've already clinched the number 1 seed, so they don't really have much more to play for. Whereas the Chargers have I think it was Austin Eckler and Hunter Henry out. You've still got Justin Herbert on the field, and Justin Herbert's going to pull off some magic this week. Last time the Chargers and the Chiefs met, it went into overtime. I think the Chargers hold on and win this one, hand the Chiefs their second loss of the season, and move on to 7-9. Now we got the Packers and the Bears. This one will determine the number 1 seed. If the Packers win, they get the number 1 seed in the NFC. If the Bears can win and play spoiler, that opens the door for the Saints. Who all is it? Shoot. The Saints, Seahawks, and Bucks. So, but Bears really want to spoil this because if the Packers have to play if the Packers have to play in the divisional week, they're going to lose first round. Just because you're going to have to go against more talent right then and there. You don't have a time to prepare for it. But I think the Packers lock up the number 1 seed today with a win. The Packers, they're playing for it. They need this. They want this first round bye. It's definitely exciting now that only one team gets a bye. So you've got people playing hard in week 17. I think the Packers are going to dominate the Bears. The Bears offensively have been playing well, but been against garbage teams. So not much to go off of there. The Packers defensively are better than those teams. Now, I'm not saying the Packers defense is amazing, but they're better than who all they play. The Texans, the Lions, the Jags. Yeah. They're better than that. And the Bears defense, as great as it is, I don't think they're going to be able to keep pace. I think the Packers just come right through Chicago, right through Soldier Field, and lock up the first seed. Now we got the Saints and the Panthers. Teddy Bridgewater takes off the team that he sat with for 2 years. Drew Brees takes on his former backup. I think the Saints are going to pull off a win here. Saints really need a win. If they want a shot at the number 1 seed, they need to win today because I believe if they win and the Packers lose, the Saints will get the number 1 seed. However, the Panthers are going to be playing. They want to keep the Saints out of that top spot. I think the Panthers are going to be close to playing spoiler, but I think the Saints are going to hold off and win it, probably by no more than a score or two. I think 10 points is going to be the maximum difference in this game. So, yeah, Saints over Panthers. Last but not least, our primetime game. The 6-9 Washington football team takes on the 4-10-1 Philadelphia Eagles. Man, you would have never believed this is a primetime game, and you would have never believed that there were playoff implications on the line here. Washington wins. They take the NFC East and get rid of the Cowboys and the Giants. However, if Philadelphia wins, that opens the door for Dallas and New York. If the Washington football team loses, then the winner of the Dallas or New York game will take the top spot. So Washington's going to have to play lights out. Jalen Hurts might be a big spoiler in his rookie year. I think Jalen Hurts is going to play amazing. However, I think the football team wins it. I think we're going to see the team with no name make it to the playoffs and maybe even surprise the world and win the divisional round. Who knows? They're the team that knocked off the 11-0 Pittsburgh Steelers. They're the team that's been rolling since then. They're the team with the comeback play of the year who's playing amazing football. They're the team whose first overall draft pick got caught at a strip club and then was fired the next year. His second year in the NFL. We don't even know what's going on with the Washington football team, but I think they get the win here. I think Philadelphia, as much as Jalen Hurts, as much as I love him right now, he's playing great. I don't think the Washington football team is going to give up as many yards as the Cardinals did. I don't think he's going to have another 400-yard performance. I think the football team's going to keep pace. They're going to set the tone, and they're going to hold on to it, get the win in Philadelphia, and keep moving on and get into the playoffs. At the number 7 seed, you're probably taking on either the Seahawks. You're taking on either the Seahawks, the Saints, or the Bucks. So I don't like their odds after that. However, I like their odds to make it into the playoffs. So those are my picks. Again, we're 147, 78, and 1. Let's see how good we can round out this season. Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good one. See you in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.